Hey, Washington Commanders fans, get ready for an analysis that will keep you hooked from start to finish because what Coach Dan Quinn said about rival quarterback Jackson Dart on Hard Knocks is making waves, and Dart's response will surprise you. You'll discover how this aggressive strategy impacted the last game and what we can expect for the decisive showdown against the Eagles, but it doesn't stop there. Let's dive into the thrilling story of a player from our offensive line who overcame a traumatic injury and became a symbol of courage, revealing the invisible suffering behind the cameras. And to top it all off, the Commanders are determined to spoil the Philadelphia playoffs party, and you'll learn all the details of this epic battle. Stay tuned, because every piece of information is crucial for the future of the Commanders. Leave your like so you don't miss any exclusive analysis. New York Giants rookie quarterback Jackson Dart exhibited impressive calm by ignoring the comments made about him by Washington Commanders coach Dan Quinn in a recent episode of Hard Knocks. As a fan, I found Quinn's stance to be quite straightforward, and Dart's reaction gives us insight into his mindset on the field. It's always interesting to see this back and forth before the games. In the episode, Quinn told the Commanders players that Dart is a running back first and foremost, encouraging the defense to be aggressive when Dart leaves the pocket, because he neither slides nor goes out of bounds. This is a clear strategy to attempt to destabilize the opponent and exploit his traits, showcasing how Quinn tries to motivate our defense. However, Dart stated that Quinn's comments do not bother him at all. No, absolutely not, Dart said when asked if Quinn's remarks upset him. Kirby Smart said the same thing every time he played against me. Nick Saban too. Just like all the coaches I played against in college, this is nothing new. This response from Dart, referencing his college experience, shows that he is already used to this kind of analysis of his playing style. For us fans, it's a reminder that these young athletes have already faced a lot of pressure and criticism throughout their careers, and don't let provocations easily affect them. The Giants' rookie explained that his running style has been a talking point among opposing coaches when devising their defensive plans. While he didn't cite any specific phrases, Dart noted that similar comments have followed him throughout his college career and in the early stages of his NFL journey. There have been a lot of interviews, he said. You can go back and analyze them. This is not something new that has been brought up. This statement reinforces the idea that Dart has self-awareness about his game and is not surprised by the opponent's strategies. It's a sign of maturity for such a young player. While acknowledging the dynamic nature of his game, Dart stated that his focus remains on playing smart football and always being available for the team. He added that he doesn't worry about outside opinions, which is an essential mindset for any high-level athlete seeking success. I just try to go out there, play smart, and be available for my team, Dart said. This phrase nicely encapsulates the mindset of a competitor who prioritizes performance and health, and who doesn't get sidetracked by distractions. It's the kind of focus we want to see in our own players. And Quinn's aggressive strategy seemed to pay off, as the Commanders defeated the Giants 29-21 in Week 14. Dart completed 20 passes for 246 yards and 2 touchdowns, in addition to rushing for 63 yards on 9 attempts. However, he also suffered an interception and a fumble, showing that the pressure worked at times. Dart was evaluated for a possible concussion in the fourth quarter after taking a hard hit, but he returned to the game, throwing an incomplete pass on 4th down. This demonstrates the player's resilience, but also the intensity of our defense, which managed to impose a physical pace that pushed him to his limits. Quinn's comments on the Hard Knocks program gave us insight into the mindset he has adopted for the defense since taking over as the defensive coordinator, replacing Joe Witt Jr. The game plan was simple: maintain aggression, discipline, and seize every opportunity. It's this mentality that we, fans, always want to see. If they bring that same physical mindset to the game on Saturday, against the Philadelphia Eagles, the defense will control the game and give the Commanders a chance to achieve a surprising victory. It's a huge challenge, but with this attitude, anything is possible. Let's hope our defense is inspired. And now, get ready for a story of overcoming adversity that will move you. Let's dive into the journey of a player from our offensive line who faced sleepless nights and a traumatic injury to return to the field and become a true example of courage. You will discover what really happens behind the scenes of an athlete's recovery and why he's an inspiration to all of us. Washington Commanders offensive lineman Sam Cosmi couldn't sleep during the first month after the knee injury he sustained in the 2024 NFC playoff game against the Detroit Lions. As a fan, I remember that moment and the concern we felt. It's heart-wrenching to imagine the suffering of an athlete. I was in the basement. I remember just not being able to sleep. I was severely sleep deprived. Showing up, working, doing all that in that first month was terrible for me, and for that reason, he told reporters before the Commanders' Week 16 game against the Philadelphia Eagles, that honesty from Cosmi is something we value greatly. Believe it or not, we weren't just interested in making Cosmi relive one of the worst moments of his life. The purpose of the conversation, in fact, is to illustrate what he overcame during his rehabilitation to return to the field for Washington and become the winner of this year's Ed Block Courage Award. It's a well-deserved honor, no doubt. It's an opportunity to commend Cosme for the achievement of returning to the field after such a devastating injury, and also a chance to really understand what happens after the stretcher leaves the field. We, fans, often only see the final result, but there is an invisible battle behind every recovery. Cosme revealed the invisible suffering that accompanies a serious injury. You see guys in the league who have suffered ACL tears. Kansas City Chiefs quarterback Patrick Mahomes, Green Bay Packers defensive lineman Micah Parsons, all those famous guys, and you think, okay, when are they going to come back? This, that, and so on, the timeline and everything. But there is so much work involved that you don't see, so much suffering that you also don't see. The Ed Block Courage Award is presented annually to a player who demonstrates extraordinary courage in the face of adversity, according to the team. Former awardees like safety Jeremy Reeves in 2024, who recovered from an ACL injury, and running back Brian Robinson Jr., who recovered from a gunshot wound and became the team's leading rusher, are examples everyone can use as inspiration to find strength and determination to overcome very serious obstacles both in football and in life. What makes this even more significant is that it is an award voted on by the players on the roster and no one else. This means that the recognition comes from those who truly understand the struggle and effort from their fellow battle companions. It is a testament to his strength and the respect he has earned. Cosme said receiving the award was an honor and expressed his gratitude to his teammates not only for recognizing the challenges, but also for supporting him throughout the process. I think every day when I come to work, I try to give my best and put in maximum effort in everything I do. And the fact that they see that and recognize that it's all that's expected from a teammate is being able to look at him and think, this guy is dedicated to giving his all for others, he said. Receiver Terry McLaurin, one of our leaders, also spoke about Cosme. I remember him getting injured in the game against the Lions. It was devastating for all of us, and I know it was for him too, but the way he approached rehabilitation, I was here during preseason. He was here every day, looking for little ways to improve. McLaurin continued, so we talked a lot while we were injured, and he encouraged me and I encouraged him too. So having him back, seeing him smile again and having fun is great, not just for him, but for our whole team. That camaraderie is what makes the difference in a locker room and gives us hope for the future. Cosme's return significantly bolsters the offensive line. Since returning in Week 7 of the 2025 NFL season, Cosme has started all of the last 8 games, increasingly showing his best form. He has once again become a pillar of the offensive line that helped the Commanders present the 4th best rushing attack in the league this year, averaging nearly 140 rushing yards per game. Cosme has been incredibly transparent about his experience, including the bad days, but also about how the entire ordeal helped him reconnect with the game and discover a new level of love for it. It is inspiring to see how he turned adversity into an opportunity for personal and professional growth. He has faced adversity, of course, but nothing like this, and you won't know exactly what it's like unless you really go through it. I didn't know, he admitted. This humility and honesty are traits we admire in our athletes. I think the most important thing regarding injuries in general is that there will be bad days and good days. Keep fighting and be thankful for the good days, and on the bad days, it's precisely on those that you become stronger. So keep pushing, keep fighting, and all those days will add up, and you'll reach a point like I am, healthy, back in rhythm, back to action, and all the hard work will have been worth it. This isn't just talk. Cosme lived it, adopted this mindset, persevered through the tough days, and although Washington considers this season one of the least successful in franchise history, for this year's Ed Block Courage Award winner, it all represents a tremendous victory on the path towards even greater and better achievements. It's a story that fills us with pride. And now, the news that will shake up the NFC East. The Commanders are determined to spoil Philadelphia's playoff party, and you're going to find out why this game is much more than just a simple end-of-season match. Get ready for an epic battle where pride and rivalry will be at stake. Philadelphia is on the verge of becoming the first back-to-back champion of the NFC East since the Eagles won the division 4 years in a row, from 2001 to 2004. As a fan, I admit it's an impressive feat, but the thought of them celebrating this against us is something I can't easily accept. More than 2 decades later, the Eagles, 9-5, only need to win one of their 3 remaining regular season games, or for the Dallas Cowboys, 6-7-1, to lose one of their 3 remaining games. Philadelphia's first chance to secure a spot will be Saturday afternoon against the Washington Commanders, 4-10 in Landover, Maryland. The importance of the matchup was considerably greater the last time these teams faced off, when the Eagles crushed the Commanders 55-23 in the NFC Championship game last January, before going on to win Super Bowl likes. That loss is still stuck in the throats of many of us, and it's an extra motivation for this game. Both teams come into Saturday's showdown after much-needed victories last weekend. Philadelphia snapped a 3-game losing streak by defeating the Las Vegas Raiders 31-0, while Washington halted an 8-game losing streak with a road win against the New York Giants 29-21. If the Commanders want to spoil, or at least delay, the Eagles' coronation in the NFC East, they'll have to do it without Jaden Daniels. He is participating in practices, but Coach Dan Quinn said he will not play again this season to allow his problematic elbow to recover for 2026. It's a tough decision, but necessary for the future of our quarterback. I'll be there practicing whatever they need me to do, Daniel said. If I have to be on the support team, I'll have fun with it, make the most out of the opportunities, and, like I said, be here to support all my teammates, stay engaged, and bring energy. Daniel's attitude is inspiring and shows his commitment to the team. Marcus Mariota will make his 8th start of the season for Washington. The veteran has thrown for 1,600 yards, with 10 touchdowns and 7 interceptions. We hope he can lead our offense and surprise the Eagles' defense, showing that we still have the strength to compete. Coming off one of the worst games of his career, Jalen Hurts bounced back with an efficient performance against the Raiders. He threw for 175 yards and 3 touchdowns, completing 12 of 15 passes without throwing an interception, after having thrown 4 interceptions in the Week 14 loss to the Los Angeles Chargers. Hurts is a dangerous opponent, and our defense will need to be at its best. Despite the ups and downs that the Philadelphia Eagles offense has shown throughout the season, the team has done enough to put itself in a favorable position. They are a strong opponent, and we cannot underestimate them, even with our team out of the playoff race. The important thing for us is that we made it this far. We managed to get here and be playing important games without really establishing an identity. So I think it's healthy that we've won games in various ways, Hurts said. I think it's encouraging to be able to build on something positive. The Eagles have the opportunity to gain more momentum against a Washington defense ranked 31st in the NFL, allowing 382.6 yards per game. That's a statistic that worries me a lot as a fan, and our defense will need to step up to contain Philadelphia's offense. The Commanders have also been struggling with passing errors throughout the season, committing at least 2 mistakes in 7 of their last 9 games. We need to be more careful with ball possession if we want to have any chance of victory against such a strong opponent. These teams will face each other again in Philadelphia to close out the regular season, which means we have 2 chances to spoil their party. It's a rivalry that always gives us exciting games, and this one will be no different. The first practice of this week in Philadelphia was a simulation, but several key players were listed as absent. Running back Saquon Barkley, neck injury, defensive tackle Jalen Carter, shoulders, and offensive lineman Lane Johnson, foot, Fred Johnson, ankle, and Landon Dickerson, calf. This could be an advantage for us. On the Commanders' side, defensive tackle Eddie Goldman, concussion, left tackle Laramie Tunsil, oblique muscle injury, and tight end Colson Yankoff, ankle, did not practice on Tuesday. Our own injuries are a concern, but we hope the players who take the field give it their all. So, fans, do you believe the Commanders, even without Jaden Daniels, have the ability to spoil the Eagles' party and delay the NFC East title celebration? Or will Philadelphia's strength be too much for our team? Leave your opinion in the comments. I want to know what you think about this rivalry.